good light. There's some good light. Hello, people. Welcome to another episode of Project 69, dude. I'm going to be aligning the rear end. Blah, blah, blah. Stick around, stay tuned. It's going to be helpful. Okay. Just to show you how I'm doing this. It's kind of hard to get a vantage point, especially off something that's been dented or a cross brace, even a hole. However, the shackles for the leaf springs are an exact point. In fact, from the factory, they gave these little channels to align them in. And both of them are equal distance, so they're in exactly the same spot on the frame. And this is a point in the frame that dude didn't mess with. On the bottom is these little notches, you see them? I'm taking a measurement from that point down to a framing square, rusted framing square. Put it flat on the concrete and then butt it up against the old shackles of doom. Pull the measurement from that point to the outside edge. Now, because I'm doing this one-handed, it's 19 1/8 of an inch on both sides. However, if you measure from the top of this to the side of this, it's 4.5, and over there is 4 1/8. And you can clearly see it by the space between this and the U-hoop for the springs, and then the space over here. So I'm off. It needs to slide over, and when I did a visual down the center of the drive line and looked up to the hoop, it's off. So I gotta come over. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna loosen it up and then kind of kick it over and then redo my measurements, because where it sits now, the wheels are perfect. They're in exactly straight on the frame. I just got to get it to slide over like a 1/4 inch, and then I'm good. One way or the other. I can't remember. I'll figure it out, but that's what I got to do to slide them over. When I jacked it up, I think it kind of pitched one way or the other. So, and then I'll weld on those stupid little shackle things. And where I was showing yesterday with the shocks, that doesn't have to be ground down. It's I just used a crappy bolt to mock it up. So with the right bolts, and I'll show you those later, it fits perfect. So I'm good. Alright, so the first thing I did was loosen the shackle. All 4 bolts. It's still somewhat under a little bit of tension, but not much. So I pulled the tape measure from the inside of the drum to the edge, and I got 4 1/4. Do the same over here. 4 1/4. Ta-da! So that's straight. Now I got to make sure that my 19 1/8 is still the same, and if it is, I can tack those shackle housing holders. The leaf spring holder. That way it doesn't rock or pitch. The leaf springs are going to kind of keep your axle from wanting to spin around, so as long as that's locked in tight, it's not going to go anywhere. These I'm not going to weld on, they just clamp, but it holds it to it because there's a bolt in there that seats in it. It keeps it from going or busting up your drive line. So it's kind of important. You don't want those slipping around. So, put my level, torpedo level, on the pumpkin, and I got everything dialed in. I even mocked up the drive line to make sure everything was gonna work. It's sitting in there really loose, not even tightened down. But what I realized is I have to put the tranny in first then that drive line, because it's got the slip yoke to go on the back of the tranny, bolted up, then that one. Intricate little pig, isn't it? So, we'll see. I'm going to take all that crap off and weld on those shoes.
Stop spamming with the hose!
Joe got my bolts for the tranny and stuff. Look at all this rain.
Oh, fuck, man.
Yeah, that's pretty wet, dude. I think it's raining a little bit. Jeez, man. Good Lord, Elmer. So what do you think of this?
I think you should have waited to weld all this shit on. I think you're jumping the gun.
Maybe a little bit.
Wait on it, see what angle you're at, and maybe you need to drop them or whatever, but...
I still got swing in there, a little half-inch either way.
You ain't even got the weight of the bed on there, or a fuel tank.
No, I sat on it.
Right, yeah.
I think I'm going to put the original one back in there until I get some more money.
That's a fucking idea, huh?
Yeah, man, I got to save a little cash. I trued up the back end, though, welded on the clamps and got all that level. You're looking at my drive line. That one goes in the back. Yep, that's how I had it set up, just like that. But this piece bolted on the outside of this, where I got those two screws.
No, it doesn't. Oh.
Yeah, it does. They lined up with them holes. But the problem was that end down there, that slip yoke, sat. So it would be almost flush on the end of this, or in it.
Yeah,
you know,
it's like inside.
So that I can't put that crap in until the tranny goes in. That's what I was deducing.
Right.
I had no idea how this went in, so that's why I was deferring to Joe, because his step side that he's going to give me the bed for.
No.
Yeah. It's just, I'm going to trade you beds, remember?
Nice your caps for the rear ends.
Yeah, I think I'm going to put Tank's old rims on here, man. The other side, they hit something and there's this big, sharp gouge out of it. But Tanks should fit on there.
They're the same size.
Yeah.
16-inch rims. It ain't going to do no difference.
Cool.
You have to save up some money and buy some rims. But
I'll use Tanks because nobody's using those.
Same size rim.
I know. I'll just have them tires put on it.
Dude, if it's the same, then it ain't going to change nothing. Why are you going to pay money to switch shit?
Because those tires are rotten. People miss this part of the show.
It's the same.
I know.
So why are you going to do the same and expect different fucking outcome?
Because on Tank, the piece of metal isn't missing. Cutting into the tire. Like right there. That's what I'm talking about. They hit something really hard, man.
Oh, the lip of it's gone?
Yeah. See? Now don't you feel bad for yelling at me?
I thought you were saying it's grinding on the inside of the rim.
No.
And I'm like, if you're putting the same size fucking rim on,
no, dude.
it's
no.
not going to make it any different. It's
no issues with that. No issues with that. That's all fine. And then the rain stopped.
Yeah.
Nice little creek flowing out there.
Fucking pond.
Especially on Matt's side. Okay, people. Got to see Joey. Anyway, I got everything squared up, and you can tell by the gap thing that it got better. I don't know if you can tell, but you'll have to trust me. I got 4 5/16 off either side, and then 19 1/8 coming back from that point. I painted the axle, welded on the little spring cups, and then went and got my grade 8 bolts for the shocks. And I'm replacing everything I can on the chassis that takes impact with grade 8s, because they are the strongest grade bolts you can get, pretty much. I'm sure there's specialty bolts out there, but these are at your local hardware store. They're also the same ones that I replaced the springs with, so I won't have to worry about them, let's put it that way. What else? The rear end's finally done. Ready for some driveline and tranny. Joey's going to come over when he gets back from Oklahoma, and he's going to help. So, plus I got to get some seals for the tranny. So, blah blah blah. Running out of time. Might have to go to work tomorrow. So that's going to do it. Done, dude. Okay, people, like I said, kind of running out of time. I still got to make a lunch, call the boss, see what's going on for next week. Got to wait for Joey to come back. So, I got some other stuff to do, but I'm not going to do it today. So, that's probably it. Thanks for tuning in and watching Bethel Brothers Hot Rod. Peace out, babies. Bonus.